Now we'll begin. Team 10332 has approached the observation zone, while Team 21609 seems to be trying to put a yellow sample into the basket, while Team 26307 has parked in the observation zone for autonomous.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
The tele-op period has begun, and Team 10332 seems to be trying to get one of those red samples, while Team 22559 seems to be going towards one of those yellow samples. Team 26307 has hung a specimen and seems to be going for more specimens as they're giving samples to their human player in the observation zone. Team 21609 is going for a yellow sample in the high basket, and they have achieved that. Team 10332 has a red sample and seems to be going towards the basket, while Team 26307 seems to be going to score a second specimen, and they've done it. Team 10332 has put that red sample in the basket, and Team 21609 is going for a sample from the submersible, while Team 26307 is getting another one of those specimens from their human player. Team 10332 is putting a yellow sample into the high basket, and Team 26307 is hanging that third sample. Team 21609 is going back to the submersible for yet another sample, while Team 10332 has a yellow sample that they are putting into the high basket. Team 22559 has possession of a yellow sample, and they are giving it to Team 10332. That's really great teamwork. Team 26307 is hanging yet another specimen, while Team 21609 as well as Team 10332 are going for a scent. Team 10332 has achieved the hang, and Team 21607 as well. Great.
Now we're looking at the results from match 3. And the Blue Alliance wins with a score of 95-34. 1. Okay, 21609 is placing a tried to place a yellow sample into the basket. Unfortunately, that fell down into the net zone. 13784 is parked in the observation zone, while 17151 and 27201 are stationary. 21609 just placed a yellow sample into the high basket and is placing another one right now and scored successfully. Just parked in the ascent.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And the tele-op period has begun with 17151 pushing a blue specimen and 21609 reaching into the submersible for a sample. 13784 is attempting to place a red specimen onto the high chamber, with 27201 pushing 2 yellow samples into the net zone. 21609, it just took a yellow sample from the submersible and unfortunately dropped it into their bot, while 27201 is pushing more yellow samples into the net zone. 17151 seems to be stuck, while 21609 is parked in the ascent zone. 13784 just tried to place a red specimen onto the high rung, unfortunately dropped that, while 27201 seems to be pushing a yellow sample, and 17151 still has a blue specimen stuck in their robot, seems to be parking in the ascent zone, while 27201 continues to push samples into the net zone. And that's the start of endgame. 27201. Oh, and 17151 just had a level 2 hang, and all the other robots are still moving. 27201 seems to be parked in the ascent zone right now. 21609 also has a level 2 hang, while 13784 is attempting a hang right now. Oh, 17151 just fell. And now we are looking at the score for match 6. The Red Alliance wins with a score of 74-8.
To start the autonomous period, we have team 21609 deposit a yellow sample into the high basket, and they've now picked up another yellow sample and also deposited it into the high basket. They're not getting a third sample to put into the high basket. They now have done ascent level 1.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Team 21609 as well as team 4711 have both approached the submersible to intake a sample. Both teams have got yellow samples. Team 25239 has given their human player a red sample. Team 21609 has possession of a yellow sample and is now dropping it in the high basket. Team 4711 is picking up a yellow sample from the submersible, and team 21609 is also going for one of those samples. Team 25239 is looking to possibly put that red sample into the net zone, and team 21609 is ready with a red sample to go into the high basket. Team 4711 and team 27355 are getting those yellow samples into the net zone. Team 21609 is back in the submersible once again to get another sample in the high basket. Team 4711 is using an interesting strategy to get more yellow samples into the net zone. Team 21609 is picking up yet another yellow sample from the submersible. Team 25239 is parked in the observation zone. Team 21609 has achieved a level 2 ascent.
Have the results for match 13. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 113-13.
The autonomous period has now begun, and team 21609 has attempted to put a yellow sample inside the high basket. Team 8188 has parked in the observation zone. Team 21609 tried another one of those yellow samples, but it unfortunately did not go inside the high basket. Team 21609 has got a sample in the high basket, and they have achieved ascent level 1.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
The teleop period has started now. Team 21609 has gone into the submersible and is attempting to pick up one of those samples. Team 4711 is also trying to pick up a sample from the submersible. Team 26300 is trying to get that yellow sample from the spike mark. And Team 8188 is giving those blue samples to their human player to turn into specimen. Team 21609 has a red sample and has put it in the high basket. Team 4711 has possession of a yellow sample. Team 8188 has hung a blue specimen on the high chamber. Team 27300 is consistently getting those yellow samples into the net zone. Team 4711 is trying to get another one of those red samples from the submersible. And Team 8188 has deposited another blue specimen onto the high chamber. Team 21609 is picking up another sample from the submersible to put in the high basket. Team 4711 has put a sample in the observation zone. Team 8188 has deposited another specimen on the high chamber and is looking to take one more from their human player. Team 21609 has gotten another red sample to put in the high basket, and Team 8188 is attempting to put it. Team 4711 has possession of a red sample and has put it into the net zone. Team 8188 is attempting a level 2 hang. Team 21609 has successfully completed a level 2 hang. And Team 47.
And now we have the results for qualification match 15. The Red Alliance wins with a score of 78-62.
And 21609 goes for the high basket, while 11591 parks in the observation zone. 11441 Chrono Break and PDX Lagerbots are stationary for now, as 21609 scores another sample inside the high basket. And now they attempt for a third sample, which they successfully place inside. And now they complete a level 1 ascent.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Now we have 11441 depositing a sample in the high basket, while 21609 goes for a sample inside the submersible, and 28236 is on. Alright. Chrono Break goes for another sample. And they go for the high basket, and oh, it slips into the robot. And it scores in the net zone, while 21609 goes for another sample in the high basket, which they miss. Alright. 1191 is going for a blue sample, which is successfully grabbed. 21609 waits as their teammate deposits, and they go for the high basket, and they score. Uh, 28236 takes a sample from the observation zone, as 216 scores another sample inside the high basket. 11411 has two samples. All right, now they have one. They're going for the high basket, and they score. Now 21609 scores another sample in the Red Alliance basket, as 11441 goes for a sample inside the submersible. And they attempt to go for the high basket again, which they successfully score, as 21609 goes for a hang.
And now we have the results for match 22. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 111-64.
We're going to start this first playoff match now. 3, 2, 1. The autonomous period has begun, and Team 21609 has deposited a yellow sample into the high basket, while Team 7100 has put a red specimen onto the high chamber. Team 21609 has got a second red sample into the high basket and is going for a third right now. Team 7100 has parked. Team 21609 got ascent level 1.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Team 9357 is looking to deposit a yellow sample in the high basket, while Team 21609 is looking to do the same on their respective side. Team 7100 is getting those samples into the observation zone so that their human player can give it back to them as specimen. Team 9357 has got a yellow sample into the high basket, while Team 25239 is working on getting a blue sample. Team 7100 scored a second red specimen, and Team 21609 is looking to get more of those samples into the high basket. Team 7100 has gotten another red specimen from their human player and has successfully hung it. Team 9357 got another yellow specimen into the high basket, and same with Team 21609. Team 21609 got one yellow sample into the net zone, and Team 7100 hung another red specimen. Team 9357 deposited another yellow sample into the high basket, and Team 25239 is in possession of a blue sample that they've just deposited into the net zone. Team 21609 put another yellow sample into the high basket, and Team 7100 is working on getting a fifth red sample onto that high chamber. Team 9357 is possibly looking for a hang, while Team 21609 got another yellow sample into the high basket. Team 7100 got another red sample. They're really doing a great job. Now Team 21609 is looking to get another sample from a submersible, and Team 25239 has parked in the observation zone. Team 9357 has achieved a level 1 ascent, and Team 21609 has a level 2 hang. Great.
And we have the scores for playoff match 1. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 158-57. That's our event high score. 21609 is placing a yellow sample into the high basket, while 7100 seems to be attempting to place a red specimen onto the high chamber. 11441 is stationary, while 8188 has parked in the observation zone. 21609 just placed another yellow sample in the high basket and is picking up another yellow sample right now. 7100 has parked in the observation zone. 21609 just placed another yellow sample in the high basket and is now parking in the ascent zone. That is the end of auto.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And tally-up has begun. 11441 is attempted to place a yellow sample in the net zone. Seems to be picking that up now. 8188 is picking up a blue sample, while 21609 is reaching inside the submersible. 7100 is trying to pick up a red specimen from their human player right now. 21609 just placed a yellow sample in the high basket, while 11441 just picked up a yellow sample, is placing it in the high basket. 8188 is picking up placed a blue sample in their observation zone, while 21609 just placed a yellow sample in the high basket. 7100 has a red specimen that they're placing on the high chamber right now. 11441 is reaching into the submersible, as well as 21609 to get more samples. 8188 just picked up another blue specimen, is placing it on the high chamber right now. 11441 just placed another yellow sample in the high basket, as well as 21609. 11441 is reaching inside the submersible, while 8188 is attempting to pick up some blue specimens from their human player right now, as well as 7100. 11441 just picked up another yellow sample, and 8188 is attempting to place a blue specimen in the high chamber. 21609 just placed a yellow sample in the high basket, while 8188 is picking up a blue specimen from their human player. 11441 and 21609 are reaching inside the submersible for more samples, while 7100 just placed a yellow sample in the net zone. 8188 just picked up a blue specimen, is placing it on the high chamber, while 11441 has a blue sample, and 7100 is reaching inside the submersible, I believe, while 11441 just placed a blue sample in the high chamber. Oh, 7100 and the other Red Alliance team have attempted a level 2 ascent, as well as 8188. 11441 is still in the net zone right now. And now we have the results for match 4. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 186-96. That's our new event high score. 1. Okay, 21609 is placing a sample in the high basket, while 7100 is placing the specimen on the high chamber.
Team 8188 has parked in the observation zone.
21609 just picked up another yellow sample and is placing it in the high chamber, while 7100 has parked in the observation zone. 21609 continues to pick up yellow samples and places them in the high basket. And now they've parked in the ascent zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
As the telegraph phase begins, Team 11441 has deposited a yellow sample into the high basket, while Team 8188 is putting blue samples into the observation zone for their human player to turn into specimen.
21609 reaches in the submersible for some samples, placing them in the high basket, while 7100 gets a specimen from their human player and is placing them on the high chamber.
Team 11441 is continuing to try to place those yellow samples in the high basket, while Team 8188 is still cycling those samples into the observation zone for their human player.
21609 continues to grab yellow samples from the submersible, placing them in the high basket, while 7100 has been getting more red specimens from their human player, placing them on the high chamber.
Team 11441 is intaking from the submersible, and they've got a yellow sample to put in the high basket again. Team 8188 is trying to pick up one of those specimens from their human player and deposit it onto the high chamber.
21609 has placed another yellow sample in the high basket, while 7100 is pushing a red sample to their human player to become a specimen.
Team 8188 is continuing to cycle those specimens onto the high chamber, while Team 11441 is trying to get those samples from the submersible to put into the high basket.
While trying to place a yellow sample in the high basket, 21609 has dropped the yellow sample inside their robot, while 7100 has placed another red specimen on the high chamber.
Team 8188 is picking up yet another one of those blue specimens and hanging it on the high chamber, while Team 11441 is continuing to cycle those yellow samples.
21609 seems to have parked in the ascent zone, as well as 7100.
Team 8188 is still trying to get some more of those specimen cycles, and Team 11441 is still going for those yellow samples.
7100 and 21609 seem to be attempting a level 2 ascent. And now we have the results for the final match. And the Red Alliance wins!
Congratulations to both alliances.
Okay, next up I have the winning alliance for our tournament today, which is 21609 PDX OPPS and 7100. Good enough.
And here's what the judges had to say about the winner of the Inspire Award. This team had a focus on weight reduction in terms of robot design. In terms of nutrition, they went to McDonald's, but then they gave the food to those in need. Going farther afield, we hope their flight overseas wasn't too choppy as they aimed to inspire others. Showing great focus with their Husky lens camera, they succeeded and inspired us all. The winner is Team 21609, PDX OPPS from Cornelius, Oregon. All right, so for advancement from this qualifying tournament. So the advancing teams are the Inspire Award first place winner, team 21609. That's 21609?